Hi guys, this is Patrick for ScreenStudio, and today we're gonna do some live coding. Yes. I've seen a video suggestion from what's his name? Prior, Prior. I don't know how to say it. It's in Polish. So let's. Yeah. Okay. Let's go see. I want to see the video. There we go. Won't be long, almost there. There we go. And to the communities. We're gonna get there. Chrome is a little bit slow to start on this computer, but gets the job done. Okay, so we'll get there. Piotr, Piotr. I don't know how to pronounce it, so I'm gonna call you Peter, as it's probably the translation in English. Piotr. So this guy, just post a video and say your name so I can correctly pronounce it. I really don't have a clue how to say that. Piotr. It sounds like Peter. So for tonight you'll be my friend Peter. It will be easier. I will look less dumb. He made a comment about having in the screen area capture predefined sizes. So let's say that you want to record in 1280 by 720, then should have like a few setups in there. It's not a bad idea if you don't want to do some resizing. Let's close that. If you don't want to do resizing and spare a bit of processing power from your computer, as this laptop does really need. So what we'll do, I need to go into that dialog here, capture screen size. This is the thing that will actually set the area when you're capturing the video, the area you want to capture for your video. So basically you resize it, and when you click select, it will close the dialog, and ScreenStudio will capture the size of the capture area. So let's say that we put in there a few predefined settings. So we'll use let's use buttons and try it out. Okay, I have buttons here. So let's say you want this. Let's put a few of them like that. Let's start with 3 buttons. So that will be, let's start with BTN. That would be 1240 by 720. I will have to double check, make sure that those are the proper resolutions. So let's say that BTN 480, that would be 720 by 480. And let's pick a last one. F2 BTN, that's 640 by 360 if I remember well. I'll have to double check, make sure. So now let's change the names, the labels. 12 by 720. Use that one now at 720 480, and I'm not putting in there 1900 by 1080p because it's often larger than screens you want to capture. Okay, that's now 640 by 360. There we go. So keep it simple. And then, sorry, we want to put something in there that will resize this screen. Set size. There we go. It's quite simple to do, and it does work. 720. There we go. Let's go back. Oops, made a mistake here. I fixed it. Fixed it later. Fix it later. There we go. So let's do the same thing, but with the other one, which is 720 by 480, and go back to the design. 640 by 360. Almost there. 640 by 360. So basically this should work as it is. The fun thing with Java is you can actually execute anything. So this is a dialog. It does have a main, so I can start the capture screen size directly without starting ScreenStudio. Does make things a bit easier. Almost there. I can remind you that this computer is really slow. So now if I would say, there we go. So I have 1280 by 720. But my screen my screen is not that big, but you have the proper ratio now. That's 720 by 480 and 640 by 360. So you have the capture area that you want to have basically in all shapes and sizes. Quite easy to do. And now you just need to select where you want to capture that and click select, and there we go. ScreenStudio would have it. Job is done. Not that hard. So let's now move on to increase the version number to 1.1.6. Yes. And if you have looked at the source code, you may have seen that I'm not using resources for the language. Basically because I wanted to make it fast at deploying it, but I think we've reached a point that we could start thinking about languages. So let's create a new package from here, and we're going to call that lang. And in lang, we're going to put a new property file. I think it's in other properties. There we go. Next, languages. There we go. Yep. And with properties file, you can put in there everything you want to do, and you can add locales for each language. So I could add a locally here and select, since I speak French, I'm gonna pick up French, but the most generic one. I should use French Canadian, but I want French, like only French. Oh, that's Finnish. French. Let's start with French Canadian. French and country code, none. Just FR. Basically, French is French. So add a new one. So now I would have boat. So now we need to put some values in there. And let's start with the GUI. And we're going to do that slowly. So let's start with the first tab. First tab here is named record. So instead of record, we'll go in, I think I need to go in text. Where is it? Labels, text, tooltip, border, tab, where is it? Oh, I need to select that panel and go here at the bottom. Tab title, go in there, select a resource bundle. I'm gonna have to go here in lang, select language, and the key for this will be tab record. Comment and a code. Okay, there is it. So now my tab title is using the language record. So I can do the same here for file. This time it's a text property, and we'll use resource bundle, and we'll name it simply file because file is easy to remember. And then profile. So you're wondering, why am I doing this? If you speak English, there's no real need, but I want my app to support multiple languages, and I'll show it to you. I'm doing this slowly. Preset, oh, set. The value is already there, so everything looks good. But now I want to have this language property file here and this one. This is a bit of a tricky part when you start this file. It's to keep them in sync. I just put same keys here, but instead I'm gonna put French stuff in there. Enregistrer, fichier, profil, and oh, preset. Darn. Doesn't really translate well, because preset mean that it has been set previously. So in French there's no word in the audio video that would match. Preset. Let's say I'm gonna put in there I just don't know. A preset is a configuration basically. So I'm gonna use configuration. I think it would work. So now I have for a few labels the languages, and what I'll do, I'll show to you how it works. Basically, if I start ScreenStudio, I'm sorry, since my desktop is in English, you should see the English labels. I'm gonna just close that. No, I don't want to install it right now. Remind me later. So there we go. So you see in English it's the same, but there's a way to force that. Exit. I'm gonna go in the source code of ScreenStudio, and let me see. I'm looking for the main here, and there's a way. How do we do that? I just don't remember. There's a way to force a language. Java launch with locally. How to set the default locally for my GVM. Setting Java locally. I think I have to do that from the command line if I want to force it. Set default. This is third, your application can call method the set default locally. Should work. Let's try that. So locally point set, waiting for the IntelliSense French, and it selected French by itself. Cool. So now if I run that, I will have to remove that line though. Just a way to test the languages. So we'll see how it goes. Almost there. The computer is actually heating right now because it's working. And see now that I have the labels in French as I set them in the file. Of course, now I need to go over each one of them and translate everything, making sure that the labels will be properly set. So I won't do everything in this recording, as you get the idea. So basically what I want you to do, if you're watching this, is go over the interface of ScreenStudio, identify the labels and buttons and stuff like that, and just tell me, oh, I made a mistake. I made a mistake here. There's a typo here. Go over the interface. I'll create in the next few days a file where all labels and buttons and stuff like that and tooltips will be translated, will be said in English and translated in French. But if you do speak another language, Spanish, Polish, Japanese, whatever, just send me the translations. You can post them on the community, so I'll know what to put for each languages. Or if you know how to create them using the NetBeans environment, as I'm currently doing, you can do it directly in the environment and share with me. Oh, there we go. And share with me the files .properties matching your language, and then I will integrate that into ScreenStudio for future versions. So we'll start localizing the app. Basically, the default will be English. I will take care of the French language. But as for Spanish, Japanese, and I'm not really that good in those languages, and would be cool to have that in Klingon also. So that's it for tonight. Hope you enjoyed that little live coding of ScreenStudio, and this time it was for ScreenStudio 1.1.6. We'll work on translating everything, and if you want to join us, you can go. That's Stack Overflow. We don't want to go over there. Let's go into communities. If you want to join the community, go on G+ and look for the community called ScreenStudio. If you want to download ScreenStudio, then simply go to the website screenstudio.crumbs.com, and you can download some configuration file, the default ones if you want to tweak them, or download the binary. The latest that is available currently is 1.1.5, or you can download the source code also at the same time. If you want to look back at the old versions, simply click here in the archives. Everything is in there. And if you feel like supporting ScreenStudio, click here, donate. It will be appreciated. Money will be used to support ScreenStudio, the web hosting, and maybe some new hardware, because that laptop is dying slowly. So thank you for watching. See you another time, and don't forget, translate, translate, translate. I need those words in other languages. Bye.